isn't possible I can see all of them. Can I just see my mother? I'll never want another thing as long as I live. I just want my mother. I know I won't see her tonight, but promise me I can see her again. Sometime, anytime. Even if it's just once and only for a couple of minutes. I just need to tell her I'm sorry.
Jingle bell rock. Jingle bells swing and jingle bells ring. Snowing and blowing up bushels of fun. Now the jingle hop has begun. Jingle bell rock. Jingle bells time and jingle bell time.
Hi guys, I'm back again with another video, and you know I'm here with the Christmas looks for you guys. I am so excited for this look. This is my first time doing something like this, and I'm just like, I did this. Can't be. But yes, I hope you guys like this video. If you want to see how I got this look, make sure that you continue watching. But wait, don't forget to thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and put that notification bell on so you don't miss out on all of this. And now we're gonna stop the plenty of talking and we're gonna get into the video. So we're going to start off using the Maybelline Better Skin Concealer in Medium Deep, and I'm going to apply this all over my eye, and then I'm going to use my finger to blend it in. You can use a brush if you want, but I like to use my finger because it just warms up the shade and just blends it out evenly. You want to blend it in with the concealer under your brow and just make sure it's nice, even and smooth, and this is our base for our eyeshadows. We're not going to set it, we're just going to go into our first shade, which is that red shade called Fire, and I'm just going to pack it in that corner right there, and I'm just patting it and dragging it a little bit, but mostly just patting it in that area and focusing only on that area because I want my crease to be pigmented right there. Moving on to this dark green, I'm going to do the same thing, and I switched the brush, but it's the same brush. It's the e.l.f. Crease brush, but I'm just patting and dragging it. But as I get closer to the red, I'm blending it in with the red because I want it to look really seamless and smooth as it transitions to the next color. And then I'm going in with this pink shade, and I'm just going to apply this above the red to give it a ombre and faded effect. I want it to look really blended, and when you want your colors to blend well, you always use a lighter color to blend it out. So that's what I'm doing here, and I'm going to do the same with the green, but right now I'm focusing only on the red. And as I start to blend, I kind of blended out the red, so I'm going to go back into the Beauty Treats 88 palette, and I'm going to grab some of that red, and I'm just going to blend it in with it to make it more red. Doing the same thing with the green, I'm going into that light green to blend out the dark green, and as you see, I'm just lightly blending above the dark green, kind of into the dark green, so it looks really faded and ombre. And then I'm just going to blend it into the pink a little bit so that it just blends well. And then I'm going to go into that yellow to add it on top of the green because the light green was looking a little harsh. The dark green was kind of taking over, so I just added a little yellow to blend everything out. And now I'm going to cut my crease using the Maybelline Age Rewind Concealer. Look at me cutting the crease. The crease just looking so nice. It's looking good. It's looking sweet. Looking correct. Yes. Cut a crease. Cut a crease. I struggled to cut this crease because I really wanted them to look the same. And I was just like, oh my gosh, if this does not come out the same, I'm going to be pissed. But, I mean, it wasn't too noticeable that they didn't look exactly the same. And that's okay because, you know, you struggle when it comes to cutting creases. And I struggle too. I'm not an expert in cutting creases yet, but one day I will be. Here I'm taking Fire and I'm just defining my cut crease and cleaning up. So I just took a flat top brush and I'm just darkening that area right there. Now I'm gonna take that white shade, that white shade, and I'm going to pack it onto my crease. I'm just packing this all over my crease until it really shows and it's very pigmented and it's bright. And I packed this on for at least 5 to 10 minutes. I was packing this on to make sure that it was perfect. And now I'm going in with that same dark green and I'm just defining my crease like I did with fire. Now I'm going in with my e.l.f. liner and I'm using this to draw out where I want to put my glitter. And yeah, I didn't want too much room to be between like the liner and the green shadow. So I left this thin space of white area, as you can see there. I don't really know what I was doing here. I just, went with the flow. Did my thing. Once I was satisfied with the wing, I went in with my green glitter and my NYX glitter primer, and I applied the glitter primer and then I just packed on the green glitter. Same thing with the red glitter. I applied the glitter primer and then I went in with the red glitter. It's okay if the glitter gets a little messy. You can always clean up with concealer. So just pack it on. Make sure you don't get it in your eye because trust me, it burns. It burns like hell when you get glitter in your eye. I've done it so many times. And y'all should already know by now we're going in with the Candy Craze Berry Pot of Gold highlight, and I'm gonna highlight my brow bone. Just look at that highlight, like just look at it. Just look at it. I'm glowing, I'm gleaming, I'm gleaming. And then I'm just gonna blend that out a little bit.
At least I'm gonna say that I tried.
What's the sense of hurting my
I really can't stay.
Baby, it's cold outside.
That scene in e.l.f. cracks me up every time. But now I'm going in with my concealer and I'm going to conceal under my eyes, nose, forehead, cupid's bow, under my contour, and my chin. And then I'm going in with my damp beauty blender. Well, it's actually a Real Technique sponge, and I'm just gonna blend everything in. I took a little concealer and applied it under my wings so it looks nice and blended under there, and also so my wings look nice and sharp. Me in this weird face position, but I'm taking my Airspun translucent powder and I'm applying that under my eyes so it's nice and set, and my concealer doesn't move anywhere or crease. And I'm just setting all the areas where I applied the concealer.
Santa?
What?
Don't forget the Grinch. I know he's mean and hairy and smelly. His hands might be cold and clammy. But I think he's actually kind of sweet.
Sweet!
You're thinking sweet.
Merry Christmas, Santa.
Cindy Lou Who is so cute. But I'm taking this Black Radiance contour and highlight palette, and I'm using the sculpting shade to dust off all of this powder as always. And then I'm going to go in with the contour shade, which is the darkest one obviously. I'm going to use it to contour my cheekbones around my forehead, my nose, and under my chin area. So this is the medium to dark Black Radiance contour and highlight palette, but they also came out with a darker one recently, and I am excited for that palette. I want to cop to try it on someone with dark skin, but if you have darker skin, make sure you cop that palette because I love this palette. This is the only palette I use to contour, and I am in love with it. If y'all are not tired of seeing this palette already, you will be. And I'm using the e.l.f. blush palette, and I'm going to the darkest shade to blush up my cheeks and my nose. For highlights, I'm going in with my Candy Craze Berry Pot of Gold, and I'm going to bronze up my face. It's so easy to get carried away with this highlight, so I'm just going to go over everything with my contour brush. And then I'm going in with my gel eyeliner, and I'm just putting this on my waterline. Using the same highlight, I'm going to apply it to my inner corners. Tapping into that dark green, I'm going to apply that under my eyes. And I apply a lot of this because I want it to be really green and pigmented. I didn't want the color to look faded, so I apply that under my eyes. And then I'm going into that red, and I mixed it with the shimmery red that's right next to it. And I'm going to apply both of those under the green.
Okay. I believe. I believe.
Now for this part, I want you guys to have fun and do whatever you like, because that's exactly what I did. I drew a mistletoe, sort of, kinda, and I really don't know how I did it, but there I go trying to finish it up, and I just did my own thing. I really just went with the flow of this, and then I put diamonds on the tops for the cherries or whatever they are. Moving on to my lips, I went in with this brownish burgundy lipstick from ColourPop, and I just lined my lips. I'll have everything on the screen in case you want to cop this lipstick.
Oh, his first word. Yes, that is a Santa plate. Do you want to hold the Santa plate? Yes. Oh. Oh.
Santa, bye-bye.
And then I went in with my red Wet n Wild lipstick, and I wanted to give a little ombre effect, you know, so I went with the dark color, and then I went in with a lighter color. The red color was kind of fading, so I went in with fire and I set in the red color so that it would stay that color. I'm going in with some gloss, and setting your lipstick is good when you're applying gloss, especially when you're doing an ombre lip, because it keeps the colors in place. So because the other side had a mistletoe and I felt like this side needed something, I applied the glitter primer, and I took these tiny little diamonds and I just applied them in a straight line under the red cut crease. As you can see, and it was a little struggle because they're so tiny, but I used this little adhesive brush, and I got all of them to just stay put. And that's it for this look. I hope you guys enjoy the holidays and Merry Christmas. of the video. I hope you guys liked it. Make sure you thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, comment below whether I slayed this or not, because you know this was my first time doing something like this. I really enjoyed doing this Christmas look. I hope you guys liked it. If you liked it, make sure you give me some feedback, thumbs up this video, because I'm thinking about doing more, but I'm not sure because I don't know if you guys like it. So if you like this video, make sure you thumbs up, make sure you comment below, put your notifications on, subscribe to my channel, and let's get it popping for this Christmas season. Thank you guys for watching this video. Remember to be beautiful and love yourself, and Merry Christmas.